Hi class, and welcome to our lesson on law of sines
and cosines.
First, we'll be introducing the law of sines. The law of sines is the relationship between the sides and angles of non-right oblique triangles. Two cases where this law is used to solve for the missing sides and/or angles is with SAS, side angle side triangle, or AAS, angle angle side triangles. The equation for this law looks something like this. The lowercase a, b, and c in the numerator represents the sides of the triangle, while the sine of the angle is placed in the denominator.
Now we are going to do a practice problem for the law of sines. For this, we have to use the law of sines to solve the triangle. If two solutions exist, we have to find both. We are given that angle A equals 36 degrees, side A equals 8, and side B equals 5. The first thing that we're going to do is solve for angle B. This, we're going to use the law of sines. So it would be 8 over sine 36 equals 5 over sine B. Then sine B equals 5 sine 36 over 8, which then equals the inverse sine of 0.367 and so on. In final, our angle B equals 21.6 degrees. Now that we have two angles, we can solve the third one by subtracting from 180. So to solve for angle C, we take 180 minus 36 plus 21.6, which then equals 122.4 degrees. Now the only thing that we're missing is side C, so we're going to use the law of sines to solve for side C, which will then be 8 over sine 36 equals C over sine 122.4. So C equals 8 sine 122.4 over sine 36. So our side C equals 11.5.
To use the law of sines, you must know at least one side and its opposite angle. If you are given three sides, SSS, or two sides and their included angle, SAS, none of the ratios in the law of sines would be complete. In such cases, you would use the law of cosines. In the law of sines, there are two forms, the standard form and alternative forms. The standard form of the law of cosine is used when finding a missing side length of the triangle, while the alternative form is used when finding a missing angle of the triangle.
So now we're going to do an example problem for the law of cosines. For this problem, we have to find the remaining angles and sides of the triangle. Find side A. So our equation is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. So putting in the numbers, it will be 9 squared plus 12 squared minus 2, 9 times 12 cosine 25. So this will equal minus 2 times 9 times 12 cosine 25, which equals 225 minus 195.76, and now we're going to square root this. A equals 5.4. Now we're going to find angle B. So we're going to use an inverse of the sine formula, having sine B equal 9 times sine 25 over 5.4. This equals the inverse sine of 0.7034, which will equal 44.7. So our angle of B is 44.7 degrees. Now, moving on to angle C, now we can just take 180 minus 25 plus 44.7, which will give us angle C at 110.3 degrees.
Not a right triangle! I see where you're going with it though. Stop crying. Stop crying. I don't know, we have to give this time.
Oh my god.
See, it's a simple triangle she has to draw.
And I'm crying over a triangle.